Hello everyone, this is another What's Next video, but it isn't about wood burls today. If I spent all my time on wood burls, I would have a problem with getting all the other What's Next I've got to get done around here done. But I thought I'd show you this. I'm still working on getting this one to let me open up its cover. It takes time. I keep watering these down, and sooner or later it soaks in and this stuff will start to peel off. And then I use different tools to get in there and continuously take it off. But it takes time, and sometimes it takes days of soaking for this really, really hard old bark here to come out. Keep in mind that over years and years of growth, it has had sediment that has grown over on top of this. So this has been kind of buried deep in the ground. So it has this very hard cover, and it takes a long time before it lets me open it up. This is what happens when a termite or bugs get in underneath that bark and they begin to burrow through, and then fungus naturally takes place, and that is what rots wood out. That's called dry rot, or just mold. Mushrooms grow out of this stuff all the time. They're beautiful, and they're quite tasty if you let this variety of mushroom that will actually grow out of that in probably 5 years or so, maybe shorter. Depends on the climate and the moisture and the shade, and lots of variables to make that into a mushroom. But that's the kind of substrate that it makes before it becomes one of those things. So those are the red oak, and this is a silver oak, and this is wood from red and silver oak, and this is how they like to live with each other. It's amazing. When I go out and I did a little bit more observation, it just didn't really dawn on me that how these two trees grow next to each other all throughout this whole canyon. That's how actually close they actually start off. And those root burls that I have there have been up there in that canopy, or out there in that desert part of this canyon, and just have been whacked down and whacked down and whacked down. They've never had a chance to get huge like these guys. Going on What's Next, you'll see all kinds of things that's going on in this canyon. One of them we walked through, and this thing was just, it was so hot and not liking it. Now this cardoon is growing really healthy. As a matter of fact, looking at the foliage coming off of this one, it's going to be not quite a full-on cardoon. I think it's going to be half artichoke and half cardoon. So this is going to be an interesting plant to see how it may have reverted back to an artichoke. But this was from seed, and normally they go dominant to the cardoon version of an artichoke. And I'm pretty much done with doing okra. I have a couple that can go into the frying pan today. Definitely those are worthy eating, and I've got blossoms, so this is going to stay for a while. This basil, I've been waiting it to go to seed. It's got thousands of blossoms, and it just, here's some that are ready to come out. See, but no seeds. There's some seeds. Okay, well, this is just basic globe Italian basil that I make my pesto with, and I've got plenty of that. It'll last me quite a bit of time, and I'll start some more when I have room. But this is going to be for winter. Mostly it's going to be garlic. There are various varieties, and this basil has been growing all year, and it's going to be ready to come out of the ground just like this. This is the time of year that my rhubarb becomes happy again, and this stuff that was unhappy kind of goes into the compost pile, and this is all the ones that were unhappy. And this is starting to recover from the weird weather we had there for a period of time. I had to cover it with a shade cloth and lots of things in order to keep this rhubarb plant alive. It's a huge root ball. This is very big. It's found its way out through various holes in the bottom, and that's where it is kind of interlocked with the ground right there. We have to do a little bit of compost work here today, so I'll video a little bit of that. This is about an every 3 month sort of deal that I have to do, or I do, in order to keep this thing healthy and put this in my garden for super vegetables. I've been meaning to work on my bananas for quite a while now, so I'm ready to go down and give it a shot with my crazy little lopper here. This banana stand needs a lot of work. Now that my shoulder is back in order, I can start working on it. When we have bananas like this and they quit doing this, the cone at the bottom, that needs to come off. And then the bananas at the top there will begin to ripen and get bigger. Otherwise, this long cone here just keeps trying to take away energy from that as it keeps growing these leaves. So this is really late in getting them off, but I'm going to do that now. Problem that I'm having now is that I have to be very careful that when I do step anywhere in here, I don't step into this and stand here for very long at all. This is a big fire ant mound, and I did treat it, but it needs more treatment, I'm sure. Or did it? Does it? Wow, maybe it did work. I don't know. We'll see.
This one's done, and it needs the same thing. And these are Cavendish miniatures. I don't see any other mothers that are having pups. Well, these are all pups. These are mothers having babies. And this is ice cream, and this head can come off. It's not doing any good now. Bananas are done. Same thing with the one. No, this one is just now still growing bananas. This one needs to be trimmed. So I'll put the camera down and get those done. Well, it looks like my little modified lopper here worked out pretty good. Those little blue things are cut up rubber gloves to protect my skin from those little sharp edges. Every little thing that pricks me wants to cut me. So these are done. This one's done. And it will quit dripping in just a little while. And those bananas will size up quite a bit. And this here can be used, these shells can be used in cooking. And so I'm taking this back with me because I may make a filling for this similar to Guatemalan masa, which is rice flour and masa flour mixed together and then steamed with whatever filling you want in it. And it's just steamed inside these little shells. So that's what's next for this little guy.
But this one here, I think this is going to be the best one to do next. So that'll be the end of this video. Appreciate you watching. See you soon.